Just making sure this is recording. This is by no means going to be an easy video to just simply watch and be done with it. You're going to have to put in some time to your own characters, what you're trying to go for with your builds, and then build accordingly with the artifacts that you're given. I've done a lot of research with a lot of different videos, a lot of different streamers, a lot of different things off Reddit and off the internet, and I'm just going to put some advice together from what I've gathered, what I've gleaned off of everybody else, put it into my own perspective, and hopefully it's going to be helpful to you in some fashion. The most important thing to focus on is your team. How do you want your team to be built? So starting with your team, you want to focus on their talents, like what kind of characters you have that you have strengths with. For example, me with Barbara, she heals. She does hydro. She's my main source of not having to use meals all the time to keep my players rolling and not have anybody faint on me. The second thing I focus on is so she's like my healer, but she also does some damage. DPS, or I use the hydroelectric stat, or whatever it is. What is it? Man, I'm horrible with names. Basically, I stun lock the enemies is what happens. And I do that by calling out Fischl's Oz character. And then, while that one's attacking with Electro, I constantly hit him with the Hydro, and it usually stun locks them until they're dead, even if it doesn't do the most damage. Now, what you want to do is you want to go into the characters you plan on using to build your team, and you want to look at their talents, and you want to inspect what each of the talents do. The skill attributes, like where is it here? For example, if you look at the stats there, it says charged attack damage, 166%. Hit damages, things like that, and of course I need to level those up. I'm really doing bad with that because I wasn't using her as a damage dealer, it was more like a stun lock. The most of my damage was coming from the attacks that Oz was doing. If you look at this here, pull up the talents. Why can't I get this to work? There we go. I mainly leveled up these ones to do the attack damage with Oz, and Barbara was just stun locking. But getting back to the artifacts, so I'm looking at Barbara here, and I've decided after doing some research that what I want to focus on is elemental attack and critical damage. So the charged attack, basically. So you go to artifacts now, and like I said, what I'm focusing on there is you look at the artifacts is stat bonus to go with what you're focused on. I'm going for Wanderer's Troop. I want the increased charged attack damage higher, and I also want the increased elemental mastery that the full set comes with. Well, then what you got to do is go to the artifacts themselves at this point. I'm going to start with this one here. I got lucky with this one, and it's Bard's Arrow Feather. It's got attack, it's got crit rate, it's got HP, elemental mastery, and attack again. So it's already got 4 stats. That's the max you can roll with for bonus, but its main stat is attack. Now this is what I want to give you some advice on, what I've come up with on how to build your artifacts to be more powerful and make the most out of them, get the 2 times jackpot or the 5 times jackpot when you're enhancing them. So I go down here to Wanderer's Troop, and I've got, again, this Bard's Arrow Feather. Now it's only a +2 right now. I want to see if I can get that super high in my stats. Looking at some other pieces that I'm going to use, I've decided to go with this one here. It's got elemental mastery, crit rate, HP and all that. However, when I go down here and I look at the flower, see how this one is only HP for the main stat? They're both HP, that's the sad part. If one of them had a different stat, like say attack, I would choose that. Even if this one is a legendary, I would still choose the one that has attack for the main stat over this one. The other stats they're nice and all, but they're not what really matters. What matters the most is that main stat. So between the two, this one has defense, this one has elemental mastery and crit, even though they're both HP. I come over here now to the Concert's Final Hour. This one has attack. This one here has elemental mastery, which is what I'm focusing on. That's why it's equipped on her. And this one has defense. This one here, unless I decide to use it on another character because I need the piece to complete a Wanderer's Troop, like let's say I'm going to do this on another character, I will burn this one. I will infuse it into something else. Why? Because it's got its main stat as defense, and it's got HP and defense. Now, unless you're building a character to tank damage, in which case the stat set doesn't apply, you would want to burn this one as well. In other words, there's different character builds you can put in your team. You want a character that does major damage, like that's your main attack character, whether it's elemental damage, physical damage, critical damage, that sort of thing. That's your main damage dealer. Then you want to have a character on your team that tanks damage. So if there's phases where your main character is down to recharge their skill, or you just need to let them cool for a second, you want to switch to a character that's built to tank damage, HP, defense, something that maybe recharges the other character's elemental energy quicker. You know, those are the stats you'd focus on with your tank character. Then you want a character that buffs other characters in terms of like their elemental mastery and whatnot. You can use sets for that called the instructor set. If you look at the set bonuses for that, after using an elemental skill, it increases all party members' elemental mastery. And you could again set that character up for cooling down the stats of other characters or buffing the stats of other characters. So there's a buffer, there's a tanker, and then you've got the healer is what I would recommend, which is Barbara. So Barbara's going to be mostly my healer, but I'm also going to use her to buff the other characters. So this is, like I said, this comes down to you deciding what characters you want on your team, what you want their role to be, and then deciding, do you want one main damage dealer, do you want a main physical damage dealer, and then you want one that's a main elemental damage dealer, do you want to take two characters and use them to apply certain buffs that are really powerful, like Vaporize, Melt, again, the Electro Charge, stuff like that. These are things that you have to ask yourself when you're building your team, and then once you've figured out what characters you want and what you want their role to be, that's where we're going to go into now the artifacts and building what we want. So going back to the Wanderer's Troop, I'm looking at these ones here. I know for certain that I want this one for the stats that it has, and now we're going to try to get this to Jackpot 2 times or 5 times. But when I go in here to Enhance, and I go to Select Material, I have an insane amount to choose from. And this is where things start to become a headache. You're like, well, what do I pick? Right now, we can't even look at these stats. With a future update, you can do that. But even if I could look at the stats, I can go and I can select a bunch of this stuff. Like, let's say I just go and select all this stuff right here. What you see there is at most, I can only level this up a +1 by selecting all those. Well, what if I pick all those, right? And I get a 2 times or a 5 times bonus, because it'll do that where the XP bonus. That's wasted. That's the only bonus I'm getting is those ones that I put in there. That's horrible. So what I'm going to do to alleviate that headache is I'm going to enhance a bunch of lower ones that I don't want as high as I want to do, and then I'm going to put them all into just this one. And that way, it's no guarantee, but if I were to get a 2 times or 5 times jackpot, it is going to be an insane buff to that one artifact. Insane. And it just goes right to max, basically. Now, I don't know the exact stat values. I don't know what it takes, for example, to fully max out a legendary artifact. That I didn't figure out yet with my studies. Again, I need to Reddit it more, research videos more and such, but I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what I'm after. So if I go into artifacts in general, again, looking at this one here to enhance, it looks like the type of artifacts I can choose are like these tiaras, these watches, flowers, hats. All this stuff should apply. Some stuff they won't allow you to pick as enhancement. I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is let's go up here to, let's say, I don't have that many purples. I kind of want to be cautious with using purples. So sadly, I'm going to have to focus on blues for now. I'm just going to take the blue ones. Got a lot of these crowns, it looks like. So let's see about burning these crowns. Because I can get those off of fighting bosses. So now I go to the crown artifacts. Hold on here. Okay, there we go. Now I got all the artifacts here. I go to the crowns. And sadly, it's not putting them all in the right order, which is stupid. But any that have HP. Again, unless I'm building a character to tank damage, a tank character. And again, this could be a possibly good one for a tank character. It's got HP, defense, energy recharge 2.7. Remember I was telling you, if you want a tank character that then buffs your other characters with the energy recharge and whatnot, you can do stuff like that. But this one doesn't have a skill set bonus. It's just got a 1 piece, affected by Hydro, 40% less of the time. I'd rather have an attack piece if I'm only going to have a one-piece set. If it was a two-piece or four-piece set, then maybe I'd go for something like HP or something like that. But this is just to fill a slot. Like, let's say you have a four-piece set and you just have that one artifact you want to put in. This would be perfect, but not as HP necessarily. I'd try to go for attack. So again, I'm going to try and take any of the ones I see here. Now crit rate, that'd be another good one, for example, as the main stat. I'm going to take any that I see that are HP and defense, and I'm just going to burn them. I'm going to go ahead and make them into the one I'm going to infuse into that main legendary one. So I click on it, I go enhance, and hit the arrow tab over just so you can go from the bottom to the top so you don't have to scroll the entire time. And let's just build this one up. So again, another thing too to keep in mind is when you're even building these up, you can get some jackpots in the process. It is what it is. Let's enhance it. And we're just going to keep enhancing this. Again, I could get a jackpot, which would be totally wasted. Well, not totally wasted, but it kind of sucks when you get a jackpot for something that you're trying to use later on to get a jackpot. And depending on what materials you put in, like you see I'm putting a bunch of white ones in, well, they're gone now. But if I were to put, say, blues into that and get a jackpot, it would be far better than putting greens in. But the blue ones have stats that I'm kind of looking at, so I feel safe burning the green ones because I just don't care. Now another thing too is at certain levels you get these new bonuses. I think it's like 4, 12, and 16 from what I was researching. So that extra +1, it gives me a new stat bonus. So we'll enhance it. See, I got that 2 times bonus up there. So it boosted me way higher. Instead of going to 4, it took me up into 6. That was that 2 times jackpot. And it does help to take these lower ones to get them higher. But again, we're trying to get that on the one we really want to keep. So let's just say I select these to be... let's just take them up to plus 10. I see a lot of people doing only +4s, and I think that's what I should probably be doing, but I don't know. Just kind of spitballing here. I've seen them most of the time do +4s. They do like a whole stack of +4s. Let's see what happens here if I do a couple +10s. So I've got that one now that I'm going to use as enhancement fuel. And now I'm going to go down and let's find another one here that's just garbage, like energy recharge and attack. I'll leave that one for now. Defense, crit rate. I'm going to burn this one. So, and it looks like I got ones to spare. So let's click on that one. Go to enhance, select materials. By the way, too, this is a good way to mark items that you want to burn. Essentially, if you only put like one level into them, then you know you're going to burn them. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute, too, as just a tip. So here we go, +4. We got a new attribute. Again, I'm going to take this all the way to 10 like I did that other one. Now, a lot of people are saying, too, that you lose experience by doing this, betting on a jackpot. And that's true. You could lose, from the stats I was reading, you could lose upwards of 20% in experience doing this, hoping for a jackpot. But it's like gambling. It's just like the wish system. If you get that jackpot, you're looking at something amazing. Okay, I just got to +8 and I got another stat. So is it 4, 8, and 16? 4, 8, 12, and 16 for the stats? Maybe that's what it is. 4, 8, 12, and 16. But that's the thing with this game, is it's all about gotcha. It's all about gambling. You never know what you're going to get. So this is completely a gamble, but it could pay off. So I got 2 +10s. Let's just see what that does really quick. I want to go to the main one here. I know it's this one I've been enhancing. I see it's equipped on Barbara there. So we'll click on it. We'll go enhance. And hopefully, we looked at it before, it gave me the +10s. Now the +10s are going to show up at the bottom for some dumb reason. I don't know why it does that. So we got to go all the way down to the bottom. I mean, I could hit the arrow over and it probably would have just sorted them the opposite direction. Let me test that really quick. Let's go select. Hit the arrow over. Scroll down. Yep, we can just do that too. Okay. So here we've got this one and this one. Those are the ones we're going to use. If I click on that, it's saying it's buffing at +5, and it will randomly upgrade one thing because it went past 4. If I click on this one, it's saying it's going to add +8. Now, as far as I understand, legendary artifacts can go as high as 20, I believe, and it, again, will add a random bonus there. So let's do a couple more +10s, because see, the whole idea here is we're stacking as high as we can a bunch of lower tier ones so that if we somehow get that jackpot, it's going to skyrocket. Now, well, I should say too, these two, if they were to jackpot, could possibly actually go all the way to max. And so then, I think that's one of the reasons they do a bunch of +4s. Let's just try this. Let's see if I get a jackpot on these two. It could go super, super high if it works. So let's go enhance. And I didn't get the jackpot. We got crit rate increased quite a bit, HP, which is not really what I was after, but so now we're at a +10 on this, right? So I think this is why they focus on just +4s, I guess, is to save on materials, and then a bunch of +4s, if it were to jackpot, it would send it all the way to 20. So let's just do that. Let's go back to those circlets. Let's see, what do we got here? No, those are legendaries. These ones here, we got healing bonus. That's actually possibly a good one. So again, let's just focus on ones that are like, you know what, that's attack. HP, energy recharge, elemental mastery. Just trying to focus on ones that I know I wouldn't care for. This one's HP, attack, defense. Where's some other circlets? There gotta be some more in here. Here's a whole bunch of ones. So defense and energy recharge. Let's just go with this one. So we're gonna enhance this one. Let's just make +4s out of them. Okay, so that's a +4. Now we're going to go... Gotta go back down to that row. This one. Why not? Let's just get rid of the defensive ones. Like I said, I'm focusing mostly... when I want to go to build a tank one, I'm going to go across the board HP and defense. So the energy recharge is nice and all, but I'll probably focus still mostly on HP and defense. Because I don't know if the energy recharge is going to apply. I think it's only going to apply to the tank. So it just depends on if the stat says it applies it to your team versus the tank character. So let's just make this a +4. Okay, so there's another +4. Back down to these. Got a lot of these apparently. This one's HP and crit, defense and attack percentage. Any of these will probably do. Oop, wrong button. Makes it really easy when I got a bunch of greens to work with. If I start getting into blues, that's where things become more troublesome, and I've got to count my artifacts, and I've got a whole video out there on how I'm able to do that, and it just really blows, to be honest. Trying to make that work. Looks like we got a bonus on that one. But again, I got a video guide, a couple of them actually, on how to count artifacts if you get into the blues and you don't know which ones to use for infusion. It's really annoying. Again, we decided to get rid of HP ones, so let's just select this one. Enhance. I'm hitting the right side arrow on my directional pad in case you're wondering, to automatically get to the bottom without having to scroll around. Okay, there we go. How many more of these are we going to do? I don't know. I want to kind of stack the deck. So, what, you can hold 6 of them. We've made a bunch of +4s. That's a +5 actually. But it's all those tiara ones. So, we've got that one there. Let's just do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. Should have enough for 2 more. Defense, HP. Oh, that's actually a good one for a tank piece because of the HP there. Let's do this HP attack one. What'd I just do? No. Okay. Be really careful when you're doing this too. I'm honestly only seeing good out of one eye right now. I'm so tired. Be really careful to only do this when you're alert enough to do it. Where was I? Oh, bother. What'd I say again? That one, yeah. Gotta be really careful what I'm doing here. The system's not exactly the easiest thing to work with, especially on PlayStation 4. Maybe on PC it's not so bad, but gotta be really careful what I'm doing. Could end up infusing the thing I want to keep. Alright, where was I here? We'll do one more, and that'll be 6. We'll have 6 plus 4 to work with. Defense, HP energy recharge rate. Crit damage, that's rare. That might be pretty decent. Defense and attack. There we go. We'll go with this one. Slick material. In case you're wondering why I have so many of these artifacts, I never go in here and do this for one thing. And for another, holy cow, we just had a 5 times enhancement. See, that's what I'm trying to get on the legendary, not on this. And this is so random, it sucks. But that's what we're trying to go for the legendary. And here it gives me it on a blue. That's just awesome. Alright, I gotta remember that's a +8 then. Good grief. Okay, so we've got our artifacts to work with. And, lost my train of thought on whatever it was I was going to say. So we're going to click this one. We're going to go Enhance. Select Materials. I could be going really off the chart here, so we'll see how many of these we're going to put in. Oh yeah, I remember. Hit that arrow thing over. Oh yeah, as far as why I have so many greens, it's from opening a bunch of chests and just never using the stuff I find. So let's go with the +4. I don't have... Here's a... Nope, that's not one of them. I think one of them turned into a +5. And then there was that +8. So according to this, I'm going to get +10 towards my legendary by doing this. Cost down there, not that much, honestly. 75, 60. But again, it's going to go past the 12 mark. So I'm going to get a random attribute. And hopefully I get a jackpot on this. At least a +2, because then it would send it all the way to +20 probably. So this is again where the gambling comes in. It's just completely random. Let's go Enhance. Did not get the +2. But we did get some decent stats there. Attack went up. Crit rate, HP elemental, attack. This is a very good artifact right now. So, at this point, going for a jackpot's kind of a moot point. But you see how you set this up. With the lower tier ones and hopefully get jackpots when you're trying to turn them into +4s or +3s or +2s, whatever you want to do. But you use them as fuel to add to the other ones and just hope you get lucky. So I'm going to go back to my, let's go back to Barber now. Go to her artifacts. Go to the set bonus and I'm going to Wanderer's Troop because that's the one I was mostly focused on. And looking at it here, let's see, what's the next one I wanted to focus on? Well, that's HP. This one here, Elemental Mastery, that's right. Concerts, Final Hour. Elemental Mastery is what I was after. That main stat is Elemental Mastery, so we're going to focus on that one next. The hat, that's crit rate, also important. And then HP, that would be one that... oh wait, it's actually on her. I'm using that one right there, because it's got some Elemental Mastery. What piece am I not using? A goblet? Ah, this is the one that's... Now, for the one that's kind of left out in the cold that you don't know what to do with because it doesn't fit into that 4-piece set, That's where you want to look for the stats you're after. So, electro damage bonus. I don't know how that would apply. I could test it out. I could possibly use that, but I think I'd put that one on official, because the whole idea is to do the electro damage. So I put that one on official. So what I want is the elemental mastery, if I can. Electro damage bonus again. Pyro. Hydro might even work good too, to be honest. Again, I'm after... I guess if I had to, I could go attack. Cryo, bonus physical damage. No, elemental mastery. See, that would be a decent choice. Elemental mastery of 45, attack and crit. That's looking very nice right there. I might choose that one. Let's keep looking. HP now. Attack. And again, you're after the main stat, because that's the one you can upgrade. The other ones are just kind of a side bonus. Physical damage bonus. Hydro damage bonus. See, that would be a good one right there. I got energy recharge and attack. That would be a very good choice, I believe, because I'm going to be using attack to go with. So I'd probably go with that one, even though this one has the elemental mastery. Oh no, that is a 45 elemental mastery. I'll test them both out, to be honest. That's a 21. Defense and HP. Yeah, that one's definitely the better one, the other one. I'm just looking through here. Like I said, I never... So that's a 21 defense, I don't want that one. That's 5.2 and Hydro. That's got defense now. .21 with defense. Alrighty. This is actually pretty darn tedious. This is one of the reasons, too, I haven't been focusing on doing this, is look at how tedious it is. But most of your power comes from doing this. Okay, this one's not bad. Elemental Mastery and a crit of 4.7. Crit damage is definitely what you want to go for as well. Elemental and crit, that could be the perfect one right there. I gotta remember that. I'll see what the one up top is, but that one's looking really good. How many of these do I have? Crowd damage bonus. Finally, at the end. Alright, so the one goblet I wanted to focus on was this one with crit. Where was the other one up here that had crit on it? That had attack and... Oh, but that had a crit rate. See, here's what you want to keep in mind, too. Crit damage is better than crit rate. Crit damage is better than attack. So, even though that's a nice goblet, and I do still want to keep the one that's the Hydro. As a matter of fact, let's enhance this just so I won't get rid of it. Let's pick an odd number. Let's say 4 is the one I'm going to use for enhancement. If that's the case, then I want to make this higher than 4. Otherwise, it's going to look like one I want to enhance to use for fuel. Does that make sense? So use those greens for that. Let's enhance that. Okay, now I know that that's the one I want to keep because I made it a +5. Make sure it's an odd number that I'm going to keep and an even number for infusion or something like that. Come up with your own system of how you want to do it, basically. And this one here, physical damage, I'm going to keep. We'll also have to be careful with those ones. I should probably go through all my artifacts and make sure that evens are what I'm going to use for fuel. Especially in the blue category. Because that's it. Why am I keeping that one, though? Oh, that's a tank one. Defense. Because of the increased defense. Okay, well, this one looks like it's for defense, but it's also got bonus physical damage. It's kind of redundant. Where was that Hydro one? Ah, there we go. Attack, energy recharge. That was the only Hydro one I had, isn't it? Let's enhance that one to be, let's just say, +3. There we go. Let's make it a +3, just so I know not to touch it. Alright, select materials. I'm going to go back now. Where was that one goblet that had the elemental mastery? Thought it was up higher than that. Pretty sure it was up higher, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. So that one had the crit rate. So we wanted to go with the one at the bottom there. That's the one we're going to choose to focus on. This is the one we want to keep because it's got the crit damage. Elemental mastery and crit damage. So we're going to enhance that one to be... Let's make it a 5. Just so I won't lose track of it. Got a new attribute here. Sadly it was HP, but that's how it goes. Okay, so we decided to go with that blue goblet, and let's equip that on her actually. So now, that's our build. We've got the troop set, and we decided to go with the goblet with the elemental mastery. So, what one should we focus on leveling up next? Well, this one is crit rate. This one is HP. That one, of course, main attack. Elemental mastery on that one. And then, this will be the cheapest one to raise elemental mastery on. This one will be more costly. So, let's go for this blue one. I think it maxes out at 12, I think, is as high as you can go. So let's get a bunch of low-level ones to enhance into the goblet. And it looks like mostly what I can choose... hold up. Mostly what I can choose to enhance this with should be pretty much anything from the look of it here. Okay, we're good. Pretty much anything will work there. So now we're going to go back out to the artifacts, the main artifacts. Got to find ones we want to get rid of. Can be pretty much anything. I usually try to focus on ones I got a whole bunch of. So this one here, we got HP. Again, not after HP. So let's just start with that one. Enhance. Man, I'm tired. Oh, we got a bonus. Went straight to 4. Look at that. Well, that saved us a little bit, didn't it? Okay, got that one. Let's go find another one. Well, all these are not half bad. I mean, I'll review them later. Like, for example, attack 5.2, defense. That's not a good tank one. That's not a good attack one either. Let's get rid of that one, because yeah, that's the one you want to get rid of. See what I mean? Defense is for tank. Attack is for attack. Mixing the two, not really what I advise. Just something I've gleaned out of research. Maybe early game that would work if that's all you had. Defense to keep yourself alive and attack to try and beat an enemy. But later game, mid-game, later game, that's not how you want to roll. Especially if you get more characters too. Start out with like a couple characters I can see you focusing on those two stats together. Too bad too, that thing rolled with some crit damage. Anyway, there's another one we're going to use for fusion. Let's just let's do 4 and then go with that. See what we can do with 4. Because if we got the 2 times bonus, it could take us higher. What is this one here? Where was I? Those Berserker Bone goblets. Sometimes they separate them out too, so there might be some down here. Like, for some reason, the way they sort things in here is just totally screwy. Now let's go with something like this. HP and attack. Berserker's Timepiece. Let's get rid of that one here. Enhance. Crud, now we're starting to get into the blues. That's where I'm going to have to start counting what I've got, and it's going to suck. Okay, so we've got those for our burning fuel, I guess you could say, the bone goblets and that one. Now let's go back to... Well, I guess we can go right from here. Let's go to the one that's equipped with Barbara. It's this one right here. Barbara, yep. The mastery, crit damage, and HP. So we're going to click on this one. We're going to go to Enhance. Oops. And scroll to the bottom here. Should be down here. Okay. Here's where they are. We got our bone goblets. And we had another one there, the Berserker Timepiece. That one, okay. And I don't recognize that one. So just go with the ones you remember doing. Maybe just look over the other ones and make sure you... Ooh, see, there's all these bone goblets. They weren't sorted properly. Otherwise, I would have seen those. So anyway, these ones here, though, we know we did those. And we know we did that one. Now, see, this is where we're going to have overkill, because if the maximum you can take a blue one is to 12, then we want to get rid of one of these. Why? Because if we get a bonus, that 3 is going to turn into a 6. Heck, if we got a +5, it's going to put us over the top, which would suck. But let's just say we're playing on a 2 times bonus. It's already at 5. That would give us 6. We'll just be just shy of 12. So let's see if we get that bonus. And we did not. But if we had, would have maxed us out. So again, it's all a gamble. That's how it rolls. It's just all a gamble. Like that one there. If it gives us a +2, that'll put us at 12. So watch, let's give it a shot. So we know we want to get rid of that one. Come on, 2 times. Give me the 2 times. Did not get it. That's how this game works. It's all a gamble. All a gamble. Do I have any other +4s I want to get rid of? Like, I don't know what this stuff's doing down here. Where are all these +4s? Let me take a look at them. Let's go back into here. We got this one here. That's physical damage bonus, HP and crit. Well, HP is a side stat, so that's not bad. We should probably enhance that one just so I don't get rid of it. Enhance. Okay, again, we'll go with evens. We'll say evens at the low end are the ones I want to get rid of. So this one here. Energy recharge, defense, element mastery. So that's an energy recharge. If I wanted to keep that for energy recharge, I should probably... It's currently equipped, so it's not going to show up in the enhancements, so don't have to worry about that. Where was the other ones? These +4s. Martial art, a bandana. It's hard to find martial art set pieces, so I'm not going to mess with that. I already know that. Lucky Dog's Hourglass, HP. Elemental Mastery and Attack. That's not bad, because if you're going for defense, you got HP. This one's not bad. It's got defense. Again, for tank builds, these are decent pieces, so... Healing bonus. It's got attack with it, too. That's a good piece. Why did I make all these +4s and just let them sit? That's really annoying. Well, let's just... Oop. Let's just get these from being targets of my destruction. So I don't want them showing up in my list. Where's the other one here? Energy recharge. These 2. You know, it helps to have more to do this too. It's going to be kind of costly. I waited until I had a good amount of more so I wouldn't have to sweat it to do all this, but that also is going to help you to have that. What other one did I have here? That was a +4. I know not to touch that one. Those are equipped. Let's make this one a +5. And you know, worst case scenario, if I ever decide to get rid of something that's a plus, I can just infuse it. So it's not entirely lost, even if you aren't sure of what you want to do. You can always use it later for enhancing into something else. Alright, that takes care of those. Back to the bone goblets. It's putting all those up there, but we know that I had a ton of bone goblets, so where are they? They're somewhere else. This game's sorting is so wrong. Okay, here we go. They're down here next to the greens. Defense, crit rate, HP attack. We know we're not going to go with defense if we're going for crit, and that's what the whole point of the Berserker set is, for crit. So let's make this one, what are we at, a 12 now, another thing? This is bad, now we're starting to get into blues. Well, there's that one. So let's go down, back to those. I should have just done the thing to sort it to the top. That would have been the smart move, since they're all the way down at the bottom. Well, I definitely burned through my artifact supply quick. Again, HP, we don't want that on that. So that's a burn one. Here's where things are going to start to suck. Alright, so what was that, a +2? Let's go back to our main artifact now. Or the one we were using anyway. What was it? Was it this one? No. That one. That's right, we want to take it to a +12 element mastery. So let's click on it. Let's go enhance. Let's select that +2. Where is it here? This one here. Select that one that we made. See the maximum. If this were to bonus, it'll take us all the way to 12. Yeah, let's go for it. It did not. Now see if I pick this one. The maximum is 12. Pretty sure. Let me try. Pretty sure the max will show up here. Let's say I picked a whole bunch of these. See, max HP reach, cannot add anymore. So this is a waste. Don't burn that one. So now I've got the problem of having to count. And the counting thing is, I go, okay, out of these blue ones, I don't know what they are. I have no idea. I burn greens and white ones without even thinking. But now I've got to worry about the blue ones. And I got to count to max this out, and it's going to suck. But the way you essentially do this is as such. Sort them. Where is it here? Well, you can go all the way to the bottom, or you can sort from the top, depending on how you want to do it. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Alright, here we go. So, starting from the bottom right. I want to keep that one because of the pyro damage bonus. I might want that. The attack one, yes. Geo, yes. HP, no, I don't want that one. So that one is, here's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 from the bottom right. I'm going to get rid of that one. And then this one is, I want to get rid of that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 from the bottom right, and then 7 from the bottom right. Let's just get another one just in case I need it. And then this one here, what's that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4, 7, and 11 from the bottom right. That's the ones I want to burn. Now for the really fun part. And by fun, I mean horribly, horribly not fun part. Why does it do this when it sorts? It's so annoying. Their sorting system is screwy. Just back out and go back in again. It's so much easier. I despise the sorting system right now. They better fix that and fix it good. Okay, we're trying to finish off this goblet. I said, what, 4, 7, and 11? So let's click on it. Go enhance. Select materials. I'm going to have to go to the bottom because of the way their sorting menu is. I have no other choice. And you got to be really careful. So if everything is the way it's supposed to be, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what was it, defense or HP. I'm going to get rid of that one. And then we got 4, 5, 6, 7. That one I want to get rid of. 8, 9, 10, 11 in that one. Oh man, we're not even making it to 12. I needed another one. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting rid of that one. 5, 6, 7. We're getting rid of that one. 8, 9, 10, 11. We're getting rid of that one. And I still need more. And it didn't bonus me. I might actually need to pick 2 more. Such is my struggle. Okay. So, scroll down to the bottom now. Those are the goblets. As you can see, I got rid of the HP and the defense one that I didn't want. But I've still got an HP one there. So what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is an HP one. We're going to get rid of that one. And then we can do feathers, I guess. So number 9 on the goblet. And then feathers, we got 1, 2. A lot of feathers are attack. Holy cow, pretty much every feather's attack. Wow. Alright, well now we're going to have to do something different here. So I don't want, let's say I don't want defense. Or HP. So we can get rid of that one. And that one. Okay. So, what was it? Goblet, I said 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9's HP. So we're getting rid of that one. 9 on goblet. And then feather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 on feather. That makes it easy. 10, 11, 12, 13. 9 and 13 on feather. Okay. And you might want to write this down. It's going to be better so you won't screw yourself up. Put on a notepad on your phone or write it down or something. Or your tablet or computer, whatever you're using. Let's go to the goblet here. Enhance. Scroll to the bottom. It sucks I couldn't get a jackpot on this video to show you for what I was actually after. But again, this game's all about gambling. It's just all there is to it. But you can set yourself up to potentially get a jackpot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, wait a minute. It's a lot more goblets than there should be. It took the bottom ones and added them to the bottom ones. Or top ones and added to the bottom ones, didn't it? This game, I swear. Okay. I don't think any of those feathers were equipped on the other screen, right? At this point, I don't even care anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what, 13? 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I said 9 and 13. Oh, we're at the max. Don't have to worry about it. Finally, at the max. Let's see what we got here. We got defense. Oh, goody. Well, again, we're after the elemental mastery, so it doesn't matter. The main stat is always the focus. The rest of the stuff is just kind of icing on the cake. That one had crit damage, so it was slightly better than other options. So, that is the whole thing in a nutshell. That's how it goes. It's a pain in the butt when you get past the greens and the white ones, because as you saw, now I'm gonna have to break out a notepad and I'm gonna have to keep count. Make sure when you keep count, you don't include any that have this little symbol there, the equipped ones. As a matter of fact, if you don't want to screw yourself up, and assuming it's not going to be a problem for you to go and re-equip things, you may even want to unequip everything from all your other characters. Otherwise, when you do that counting method I showed you, you're going to have to watch out for that little symbol, because it's not going to show up. It's going to, like, let's say I'm counting here. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not actually going to show up in the list. So if you say that's 5, when it's actually that, it's going to screw up your entire thing and you're going to get rid of the wrong ones. So you got to be really careful about that. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm losing my voice. But I'm not done. The sad part is I'm not done. I still want to max this one out, and it's going to take an effort to do that. Let's go to my character here. Let's go to Barbara. Because the one I want to focus on, that one's crit rate. I do want to get that one up higher. This one's main thing is HP, so I'm not too worried about that one. Sadly, there wasn't a better option for the troop there, so I'm not going to worry about that one for now. That one I still want to max out because it's got attack. That's a +4. I should max that one out next because it's Elemental Mastery. I'm trying to make that one higher. So let's go with that one. So if I were to enhance that one. So now I need to go back to my main artifacts. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Alright, let's go back to the goblets. Let's see if there's anything in there that I can stand to get rid of. Anything HP. Nope. Was there any more goblets up here? I know there was. I may have to let go of some of those, to be honest. As much as I don't want to. I don't want to screw up other characters that could use them. I guess my thing is I could hold on to at least 2 of a certain kind, like 2 Animos, 2 Electros, that kind of thing. It's going to get to be really stupid. What I really should do is go flesh out all my characters with the type of artifacts I want them to have, and then that eliminates these from the equation. But here, alright, so feathers now. Oh, there's so many attack feathers, it's just nuts. And they're all basically attack. Well, I know I don't want defense and HP for crit. Elemental Mastery. No, if I'm going to go crit, I should go crit. So I could get rid of the Elemental Mastery ones. Although there is kind of a balance people go for. They're trying to go for a balance between crits and Elemental Mastery. But again, I could pick an actual artifact that's Elemental Mastery, but easier than focusing on that stat. So I could get rid of anything that's Mastery, Recharge, that would definitely make it easier. So let's do that then. Let's do that. So Indigo feathers. Let's just say. Let's go to my notepad. Indigo feather. I'm going to get rid of that one because it's energy recharge. So 1, 2, 3. I'm getting rid of that one because it's Elemental Mastery. 4. Yep, that one. 5, 6. Gotta be really careful when I do this. 7. I could keep that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Let's see if there's any more feathers up top, because those are going to count. Those red-tipped feathers. Again, I don't know why it splits them up like this. It's so stupid. What was it? 12? So this would be 13. Now we got double stats. That's another thing you can do that helps you sort stuff out if you want, is you can just get rid of all the ones that only have single stats. But sometimes those single stats are better because they could end up having a better stat than these ones that come rolled with this, if that makes sense. So that one's crit rate, 13. Let's get rid of this one since it's got... I'd rather go with Elemental Mastery than that one. So 13. Let's get rid of 14. Ooh, that one's nice. 15. I want to get rid of that. 16. 17. Should I get rid of that one? So 16 and 17. Now let's just make sure I got this right. Those are the ones I want to burn. Let's go back down to the bottom. I shouldn't really be this picky since I'm so tired, but let's see. So 1, get rid of. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong area. 14. Okay, that was 12. My eyes are fogging over. This is bad. Should really finish up stuff for the day and just take this for another day. So this would be 13. 14, yep, getting rid of that one. 15, 16 I'm getting rid of, and 17 I'm getting rid of. Okay, so let's just take 17 and make that the one we're burning. Start at the one end. That'll be easier to start at this end. Or I could take like a different category altogether. Like say the masks. I could take the masks. Let's say I'm going to take this one and get rid of it. Because it's got healing bonus actually. Those were all attack, weren't they? Yeah, pretty much all those were attack. So let's just actually go for these ones. This one's defense. Let's get rid of that one. So I'm going to take the, take that one. Remember, we're going for +4s here. Now, let's go all the way down to the indigo feathers. I've got my list here that I made. Here we go, indigo feathers. Now see, in this screen, for some reason, they combine them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. See, for some reason here, they put them all together. I don't get it. I don't know why they separate them on the other screen. Drives me flipping nuts. So we're getting rid of 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now here's another dilemma you're going to run into. So we got rid of 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's the problem. When I get rid of these, this one right here is 11. It's all it's gonna be there, so it's gonna look like 1 again. But technically, that one's 11 because I got rid of 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. 6, 7, 10. So I got to remember that that first one is actually 11. So maybe write that down too. 11 start. All right, now we're gonna enhance this here. See what we get. No times 2 bonus. F me. Again, we want to make it +4. So we got to go back down to the bottom feather. And see why it's so much better just to have white and greens. There's supposedly a way, Majestic Gaming and a bunch of other people, they got these videos out there to get like 60 random white and green artifacts a day. So you should probably start incorporating that into your route. I'm going to start doing that myself, actually. There's like a video on the route to take. I'm going to have to start doing that. It's just going around and grabbing, not chests, just random things that reset every day, I guess. So you're going to want to start doing that. I'm going to have to start doing that. Where were we? Red feathers. So again, this one is, this one's 11, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I skipped. Oh. See, this is why I hate it. It's almost like you gotta recount again. So I skipped 2. So technically that one's 2. 2. The next one was 5. Skipped 5. So that one's 5. The next one I skipped was 8. So that was 8. I skipped 9. 10, and I skipped 11. Right, did I burn 11? No, nope, that's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yep. Yeah, that's what it is. So that one's 2. And then this one, the next one would be 5. And the next one would be 8. Next one would be 9. I burned 10. So next one would be 11. And this is 12. This is 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. I really hope I didn't screw this up. I should have just gone and recounted. You see what sucks about doing this too? Then you gotta go and recount. They really gotta fix this. I should be able to see these stats without having to do this. I can't wait for that update to come. Well, let's see if I screwed things up. What was it? 14, 15, 16, 17. 2, 5, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Yes. Let's see if I screwed things up. Let's see if I screwed up. Doesn't help that I'm half awake and I can't see out of my eyes because they're so tired from being so foggy from being tired. We were looking at the feathers, weren't we? So let's see if I screwed up. And of course, I gotta go back to the bottom. So far it looks good. There was that one feather that had some really epic stats on it. I'd like to save that one, but I can't use anything to infuse into it. That's the one I really liked right there. Crit damage and crit rate. That's a nice feather. Alright, wait a minute. I screwed up that one. No, I didn't screw up. I just decided not to infuse that one. That's right. So that's how this whole tedious, stupid process works. And of course I know that one mask I made is a +4. And I'm going to have to take that one. And I was going to infuse it into Barbara's one character that was Elemental Mastery. What was it? Wasn't that one? That's great. It was this one, Elemental Mastery. And then basically I have to go in there, hit Enhance, find that blue mask that I made, which is going to be towards the bottom because of how this stupid thing is. I made the bottom the top. Should be this one right there. Should be. Yeah, that's so I would get a +2. So if I got a bonus out of that one, it would take me to +8, for example, or higher. Well, anyway, that's how this works. I'm just going to end the stream so it doesn't look too horrendously long if anybody wants to look at it and see what's going on. But I hope everything I said made sense. I hope you can understand that if you're still listening and watching this, the most important thing is to know your characters, know what you want to focus on for their stats for attack. There is one thing that I noticed. There was a balance this one person put out. He said that when it comes to the crit rate and crit damage, there is a balance. You want to have excuse me. Oh, I'm tired. You want to have no more or no less than 50 to 70% on crit rate, and you want to balance that with a crit damage of around 100 to 120. So remember that. Crit rate, you want to focusing on a 50 to 72% crit damage between 100 and 120%. I don't know why. He did some math on it, and that's the kind of magical number you want to go for there. So that's what I'm going to be trying to go for. Anyways, have a good night. I'll catch you later.